Yes, I can see that.
Now-
However, I dispute what is written here.
Exactly, that was what I was coming to. Is that notation that you were assisted by Dominic Ntokozo Mujiako at your insistence? Is that notation correct?
Manje la kuthiwa uwe owaqindezelela ukuthi akusize iqiniso na ukuthi wena uwe owaphoqa ukuthi akusize.
Cha Nkosi enkantolo kulona iqiniso lelo ngoba okumqala kwami kumbona ngaqala nqa ukumbona ngazi 24 ngamehlo mina.
No, my lord, it's not correct because the first time when I started seeing him, it was on the 24th when I first saw him.
Thank you, my lord. And it further notes on the document exhibit JJ below that it says no other person present, no other persons present. So according, if we read the information on the persons that were there, it will be Ms. Vikro.
Yabona ukuthi la ku room 2 abantu abekade bekhona bekade ku Tshepiso Mohlaping, uBongani Ntanzi, no Miss Vikronye naye uDominic Mjiako.
Yebo ngiyabona.
Yes, I see that, my lord.
And you confirm that it was only those people present in that room?
Manje uyavuma na ukuthi bekade kuyilabantu kuphela abakhona kuleli room?
Angivumelana nayo Nkosi enkantolo ngoba angazi emnyanga emveni kwami kwakwenzakalana mina.
I do not confirm that since I do not know what was happening by the door behind me.
And then it further goes on, there are scratches there for the interpreter. And then it says the deponent was brought to me, to my office by Sergeant Vusimuzi Mukhani, National Cold Case Investigation Unit, Pretoria. Do you confirm that?
Uyabona ke ukuthi la kuye kwakhanselwa bese lana kwabhalwa ukuthi umuntu lo ulethwe kimi uSergeant Vusimuzi Mukhani, yena osebenza emacaleni la ukuthi abuya ePretoria.
Yebo ngiyabona Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, I see that, my lord.
And you confirm that the person that handed you over to Magistrate Cronje was Sergeant Mukhani?
Uyavuma ukuthi umuntu owakunikezelela kulo mantshi kwakade ku Sergeant Mukhani?
Yebo ngiyavuma Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi uyumkhana wangihambisa kumama lo umlungu angazi ukuthi magistrate.
Yes, I confirm that it was Sergeant Mukhani that took me to that white lady. I was not aware that that white lady was a magistrate.
Now, below that, there's a section that deals with your general appearance, your mood, or anything of worth that the magistrate must note. And then she's handwritten there. The deponent confident, making good, direct eye contact. You see that?
Lana ke kuyabhalwa ukuthi wena wawukade unjani, la kubhalwe ukuthi wena umuntu ozibonakalisa ungumuntu oyingathi unesibindi noma uyazizwa ngaye, futhi kubhaliwe nokuthi wena ubukade ubabheka kahle.
Is that a correct, accurate description of your demeanor that day?
Kunjalo ukuthi ngalelo langa wawukade unjalo?
Cha Nkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord, it is incorrect.
How was your demeanor that day?
Wena wawukade unjani ngalelo langa?
Nkosi enkantolo okokuqala ngangcolile impahla ngangigqokile.
My lord, firstly, I was dirty on the clothes that I was wearing.
Okwesibili ngithukile ngoba ngangithusana laba abantu ngihamba nalabo lokho bephila bengishaya Nkosi enkantolo.
Secondly, I was frightened by these people that were accompanying me as they used to assault me.
Further, is that all?
Uphelele lapho?
Kuphelela Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord, that is all.
And then it says you had on a blue medical face mask. Is that correct?
Ithi yawukade ufake isifonyo esihlaza kwesibhakabhaka?
Cha Nkosi enkantolo ngangifaka umask omnyama emlonyeni.
No, I was wearing a black mask.
And regarding clothing worn by you, it states long sleeve, navy blue, and in brackets, light blue front top, and then in those brackets it says Impala emblem, then it says tracksuit jacket and blue denim. Do you see that?
Uyabona nalana babhale ukuthi wawukade ufake top ebekade navy blue bese ngakuma bracket kubhalwa light blue front top kusho ukuthi yayikade light blue mhlawumbe la phambili bese ibhalwa futhi nakuma brackets ukuthi yayikade ine emblem noma ilogo ye Impala bese kuthiwa tracksuit jacket ebokade uyiqokile ufake ne jean
Angiphinde la.
lana ithi long sleeve navy blue
Hayi ngisho tracksuit but
i-tracksuit kuthiwa tracksuit jacket wakade ufake i-jacket ye-tracksuit.
Is that notation or that recordal correct regarding the clothing that you are wearing that day?
Iqiniso na ukuthi wawukade uqokele izinto abazibhalela?
kwasenkantolo akufana ngalendlela ababhale ngala into engangiqokile.
My lord, this is not similar to how I was dressed.
Can you describe the clothing that you were wearing on the 24th of June 2020?
Ungachaza ukuthi wawukade uqoke kanjani wena ngo-June 2020 nge-24
24 June 2020.
nge-24 zika-June 2020.
Kwasenkantolo ngangifaka ijini ehlaza ereleni.
My lord, I was wearing a blue relay jean.
Ngifake iskipa ngaphansi nevest, iskipa siyelo seFabian.
And I was wearing a yellow t-shirt, a Fabiani brand, with a vest underneath.
Itracksuit yayinavy enembala ered imbala ebomvu.
And a tracksuit was navy blue, and it had red lines.
Ijacket eyimpala yayinavy ngapha esingezansi ngaphezulu inombala oso inombala oso.
Or grey, noma injani.
So nje umbala khona lo phakathi naphakathi la kusuka nje la.
And the tracksuit that had an Impala, it was navy,
Yebo lana ezansi.
here underneath by the belly as the witness points, and the witness points that on top it had a color that looks like this one, my lord, and I am not certain whether is it gray or what color is this one, as the witness points.
Futhi ijacket ekhona la angamaseyili.
He must identify the color.
Inkantolo
It's he who's wearing
usichazisele ukuthi umbala onjani lo njengoba uthi ijacket phezulu yayikade inombala onje ithi uwe okwamele usitshele.
Mina kwasenkantolo ngasho ukuthi usivo lunjani ngazi kwasenkantolo kodwa ngibona ngathi silver.
I could say the color is silver, my lord.
And is that all that you were wearing that day?
Yiko konke lokhu bokade ukugqokile.
Necathulo zesweat lekhavela enyaweni.
And I was wearing a suede cavella on my shoes.
And the further observation is that both hands cuffed in front of him, cuffs loose, not too tight. Do you see that?
Futhi lana babhale ukuthi izandla zombini zasikade zifakwe ozankosi lezankosi lezi zasikade zingaqinanga kakhulu. Uyakubona la kubhalwe khona?
Yebo ngiyabona kwasenkantolo.
Yes, I see, my lord.
How were the cuffs placed on you on that particular day?
Izankosi lezi zazifakwe kanjani kuwe ngaleliya lapho?
Wazibuyisa ngaphambili isikhathi ngisangena egate wangifasala ngaphambili ngoba ngangifake nama-chain la phansi enyaweni.
When I got into the gate, the cuffs were brought in front, as I also had feet cuffs when I entered the gate.
And in room 2, were you still cuffed in that manner?
Room 2 wawusafaswe ngaleyo ndlela usafaswe phambili.
Yebo kwasenkantolo.
That is correct, my lord.
And the magistrate further notes that there are no visible marks on the face or hands. Do you see that?
Umantshi futhi ubhale ukuthi bekukade kungenazimpawu ezibonakalayo ebusweni nasezandleni noma amanxeba.
Is that recordal correct?
Iqiniso lento ebhalwe la.
Akazangibuze kwasenkantolo kuba wangibuza ngangizomkhombisa.
I was not asked, my lord. If I was asked, I would have shown the magistrate.
So your testimony is that the magistrate did not request to see your hands. Is that what you say?
Kushukuthi wena uthi umantshi akazange acele ukubona izandla zakho.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord.
And now we go to, sorry, there's another notation above that which it's not really legible to me. I'll try to decipher it. It says, I don't want to report any medical conditions or injuries except I haven't taken a bath since 16/06/2020. Do you see that? There's another front.
Lana
Oh, sorry. Medical conditions or injuries except a heart condition, and I haven't taken a bath since 16 June 2020.
Lana kuqhubeka kubhalwa ukuthi ayikho enye into ewufuna ukuyireport ngokugula noma ngokulimala ngaphandle kokuthi wawukade unenkinga yenhliziyo futhi wena awukaze ugeze kusukela nge-16 zika June 2020.
Is that record all correct? Let's unpack it. It's quite a mouthful. Did you tell the magistrate that you don't want to report any injuries or medical conditions?
Ake siqhaqheke le ndaba le uye wamtshela umantshi ukuthi wena ayikho into ofuna ukumtshela yona ngokugula noma ngempilo yakho.
Akazangibuza Nkosi enkantolo ngalombuzo.
I was not asked such a question.
But did you provide the answer that is recorded here?
Kodwa impendulo le ebhalwe la uye wamnika yona.
Ngiyayiphikisa Nkosi enkantolo.
I dispute this answer.
Did you also tell the magistrate that you had a heart problem?
Umantshi uye wamtshela ukuthi unenkinga yenhliziyo.
Nkosi enkantolo ngiyaphinda angigule Nkosi enkantolo.
My lord, I repeat, I
Azange.
am not sick and I have never been sick.
But the question is, did you tell the magistrate that you had a heart problem?
Kodwa umbuzo kammeli ukuthi uye watshela umantshi wena ukuthi unenkinga yenhliziyo.
Angimazi Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi ukuthathaphi lokho akubhalwa. Azange ngikhulume ngokugula kuyena.
I do not know where the magistrate took this from, as I have never said anything regarding ill health to the magistrate.
Did you tell the magistrate that you haven't taken a bath since the 16th of June 2020?
Umantshi uye wamtshela wena ukuthi awukaze ugeze kusukela nge-16 zika June 2020.
Leyo kugeza ngamtshela ngathi ngicela nokufona Nkosi enkantolo.
I did tell the magistrate that I did not take a bath, and I also asked to make a call.
Now, just to deviate a bit from Exhibit JJ, why was it that you hadn't taken a bath since the 16th of June 2020 to the 24th of June 2020 when you saw the magistrate at Boksburg Court?
Uthi ummeli ake siqhezuke kancane la kulobu ufakazi buka JJ. Kungani ubukade ungagezanga kusukela i-16 zika June 2020 ukuyofikela nge-24 zika June 2020 uma uyovela kumantshi eBoksburg?
Nkosi enkantolo ngangenazo into zokugeza.
My lord, I did not have toiletry.
Okwesibili azange ngafoniswa ukuthi ngitshele enkantolo ngitshele umndeni wami ukuthi ngiboshiwe ukuthi ngikuphi.
And secondly, I was not afforded an opportunity to contact my family to inform them that I was arrested and my whereabouts.
Ngoba umndeni wami uzewazi nge-13 kaJuly ukudibana kwami nokuthelezo ukutheza ukuze ngimtshele ukuthi ngikuphi. Futhi ePro Station akekho umuntu owangivisita for ifamily. Angiqala ukuvisitwa ngo-2021 ngoMarch sengihlala elokhuzeni eRamshana eRustenburg ejele la khona.
And I had never had any visit. The first time when I informed a person, it was when I informed Buthelezi, and I've never even been visited at a police station. I firstly had a visit in 2021 when I was now in Ramoshani,
Ramshana prison.
in Ramoshani prison in Northwest.
Okay.
Lapho
Now,
ngizengathola khona Nkosi enkantolo nokukhululeka egazini.
And that is where I also became free on my spirit.
Now, on the 24th of June 2020, did you have any injuries on your person?
Ngalelo langa le 24 zika June 2020 wawukade ulimele wena emzimbeni.
Umzimba obuhlungu Nkosi enkantolo ngoba ukushubhuwa ngoplastic nanokuthoshara kubhlungu.
My body was painful as being choked and tortured. It's painful, my Lord.
Did you have any injuries on your hands or torso?
Wena ezandleni mhlawumbe wawukade ulimele.
Azandleni Nkosi enkantolo nayizolo ngekhombisa namanje nangakamama kama handcuff la mangikhombisa ngendlela ngangishawa ngayo.
I did even show the court yesterday that I have marks on my wrists that shows the way I was handcuffed.
Is there any reason why the injuries and your complaints were not relayed to the magistrate?
Sikhona isizathu esenza ukuthi lokulimala kwakho nezikhalazo zakho zingazange zatshelwa umantshi.
Nkosi enkantolo ngangizomtshela kwayena kube wayengibuza mina.
My Lord, I would have informed the magistrate if the magistrate had asked me.
Now let's go to the pro forma exhibit JJ, and we're skipping all these paragraphs that have been scratched out. We're going to paragraph 4.
Uthike siyaqhubeka kubo lobufakazi siya ku paragraph yesine.
And it says, paragraph 4, I inform the deponent that any person who is in custody or has been arrested on any charge has the right to, and 4A, be assisted by a legal representative of his choice. Paragraph B, that if he cannot afford the services of a private legal representative, he has the right to apply to Legal Aid Board for assistance, and that if he qualifies, the Legal Aid Board will supply an attorney free of charge. Paragraph 4C, he is entitled to seek legal advice before making any statement to me. Was that those rights admonished to you?
Manje ke la ku paragraph 4 ithi mina ngiyamazisa umuntu ukuthi uma engaphakathi esitokisini noma ejele lo muntu loyo unamalungelo alandelelayo. Unelungelo loqala ilungelo lokuthi abe nommeli okhethwe uye. Ilungelo lesibini ukuthi uma ingabe lo muntu lo yena angakwazi ukuthi athole ummeli, lo muntu lo angahle afake isicelo sokuthi asizwe illegal aid. Uma ingabe illegal aid iyamvuma, illegal aid izomnika ummeli ongakhokhelwa. Umuntu yena futhi unelungelo lokuthi angacela ukucetshiswa ngaphambi kokuthi angayenza istatement kimi. Kusho ukuthi umantshi wayekade esho njalo lamalungelo lawa uye wacebiswa ngawo na.
Cha Nkosi enkantolo ngiyaqala mina ukuzwa ifundweni.
No, my Lord, it is my first time hearing what is being read.
Now, the answer noted there is, I understand. Did you give that answer?
Impendulo ebhalwe la kuthiwa wena uthe ngiyazwisisa.
Hayi, angivumelani Nkosi enkantolo le answer ebhalwe la.
I dispute the answer that is written here.
And it proceeds further, and I read, do you have a legal representative, or do you wish to apply to the Legal Aid Board for assistance? And if so, do you wish to consult with him before making any statement to me? Do you recall that admonishment?
Bese ke uma iqhubeka ithi unaye ummeli na noma ufisa ukufaka isicelo kwi legal aid ukuthi baze bakusize. Uma ingabe kunjalo ungathanda ukukhuluma naye ngaphambi kokuthi wenze lesi statement. Uyakhumbula kushiwo njalo?
Angisakhumbuli Nkosi enkantolo.
I do not recall that being said to me.
And the answer that is noted there, it says, Mr. Mjiako is my attorney. Did you give that answer?
into ebhalwe la kuthiwa wena uthe umnumzane Mjiyakho ummeli wakho, not say that.
umji yakho Nkosi enkantolo yena otshene mina ukuthi uthunywe ngabantu basekhaya lokuthi ngummeli ngize ngakuzange ukuthi mhlawumbe uzomamela uthi thiwa njengomuntu mhlawumbe uthunyiwe hayi ukuthi ummeli.
Mjiyakho informed me that he was sent by my relatives. I assumed that he was going to listen to what was being said. I did not even know that he was an attorney.
Ingakho nje ngangembuza Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi ubani okuthumela iphi number kasisi lo ukuthi usisi ukutshena ukuthi wozala ngikhombisa inamba kasisi azange ngikhombisa Nkosi enkantolo.
And that is why I even asked him, who sent you? Who is that particular lady that you referred to her as my sister? Where is the phone number of that lady? And he never even showed me the number of that lady.
Lena namanje ngisafuna ukuyazi ukuthi wayethunywe ubani wayemtshela ukuthi ngiboshiwe.
To which even to date, I would still like to know who had sent him, who informed him that I was arrested.
Then we move to paragraph 5, and I read, I caution the deponent that is under no obligation whatsoever to make a statement, and that if he chooses to do so, it will be reduced to in writing as he speaks, and may later be used against him as evidence in court. Deponent is asked if he understands this explanation, and the answer and recorded there is yes. Was this question asked of you, and did you give that answer?
Bese ke lana kuyaqhutshekwa kuthiwa lo muntu lo bekade enawe lana kusho yena uMantshi uthi uye wakucebisa ukuthi wena akusukuthi uyaphoqwa ukuthi wena wenze lesi statement. Uma ingabe uyakhetha ukwenza lesi statement sizawubhalwa phansi. Yonke into ozayikhuluma ingahle isetshenziswe kanye nawe enkantolo njengobufakazi. Bese umuntu lona uye wabuzwa wena ukuthi uyazwisisa bese impendulo yakho yathi uyazwisisa yebo.
Okay,
Ngiqala ukubona lapha Nkosi enkantolo.
It's my first time seeing this, my lord.
okay. And then it goes on further under that, and I read, do you still wish to make a statement notwithstanding the fact that it may be used as evidence against you? And the answer provided thereto is yes.
Bese uma kuqhubekwa kuthiwa wena ubuziwe ukuthi usafuna ukwenza istatement leso nangokho singahle sisetshenziswe njengobufakazi, wena waphendula wathi yebo.
Hayi Nkosi enkantolo hayi. Kuyaphikisana.
I dispute that, my lord.
Okay, let's then go on to paragraph 6. It says, I inform the deponent that he has the right to remain silent and that nobody can force him to make any statement, and that if he chooses to make a statement, nobody can force him to divulge any self-incriminating information. Was this explained to you?
Kuqhutshekwa ke kuyiwa ku number 6 kuthiwa uye wakucebisa ukuthi unelungelo lokuthi ungathula, akunamuntu okuphoqayo ukwenza lesi statement. Uma ingabe wena ufisa noma ukhetha ukuqhubeka ngalesi statement, akunamuntu okuphoqayo ukuthi ukhiphe izinto ezingahle zikubandakanise nawe nalelo lwazi. Uye wabuzwa umbuzo njalo?
Cha Nkosi enkantolo.
I was not asked such a question.
And the recorded answer there too is, I understand. Did you give that answer?
Kuye kwabhalwa ke impendulo ethi ngiyazwisisa. Wena uye waphana ngaleyo mpendulo?
Cha Nkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord.
And then we Paragraph 7, have you used any product that contains alcohol or any drug with a narcotic effect in the last 24 hours? Were you asked this question?
Bese ku paragraph 7 kuye kwabuzwa ukuthi uye wasebenzisa into mhlawumbe enotshwala noma eneyidakamizwa kuyisikhathi esidlulile kumahora angama-24 uye wabuzwa lowo mbuzo.
Cha Nkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord, I was not asked that question.
And the noted answer there is no.
Impendulo ye yathi cha.
Was that answer given by you?
Hayi,
Naleyo
angiyazi, Nkosi
mpendulo,
enkantolo.
I do not know that answer, my lord.
Paragraph 8, from the above mentioned questions and answers, it appears to me that the deponent is in his sane and sober senses, and in brackets, it notes indicate whether the deponent appears to be nervous, anxious, relaxed, fearful, jovial, etc., and also whether he has any special requests.
Bese ke lana ku paragraph 8 kuyafundwa ukuthi ngemva kwale mibuzo ese ibuziwe neimpendulo kubonakala ukuthi lo muntu lo onginaye lapha phambi kwami yena ubekade ezilinganele emqondweni futhi yena engadakwanga nemizwa yakhe ingadakwanga yilutho futhi uma kuqhutshekwa ukuthiwa kubonakala ukuthi lo muntu lona kubhalwe uma ingabe lo muntu lona uthukile noma kunento engathi yamthusela noma yena ukhulekile noma ubonakala ukuthi uphuma inyembezi kanjalo futhi ke kubhalwe nokuthi lo muntu lo ubekade enesicelo esehlukile noma isicelo esithize.
Was this explained to you?
Uye wachaziselwa lokho.
And before you answer that, let me read the answer that is there. It says, the deponent, very relaxed, calm, maintain eye contact. When questions is answered, first with interpreter, then myself, and the answer goes further. I request a bath, to contact my family, and to have clothes, and to call my child.
Manje ke ummeli uthi ngaphambi kokuthi uphendule lo mbuzo wokuthi uye watshelwa lezi zinto impendulo kuthiwa wena ubonakala ukuthi ukhulekile futhi uyababheka uma kulibele ukukhulunywa futhi nemibuzo uma iphendulwa iphendulwa nangutoliki njengoba etolika uma ephendula imibuzo bese naye umantshuma ekhuluma noma ephendula wena uye wacela ukuthi ucela ukugeza futhi ucela nokuthi ushayele ucingo umndeni wakho futhi ucela nokuthi ushintshe impahla bokade uqhokile ucela futhi nokuthi ushayele umntwana wakho ucingo.
Okay. Is that the answer that you gave in response to the admonishment above?
Injalo yiyo impendulo ewena uye wayinikezela ngemva kokuthi ubukade utshelwe lokho.
Nkosi enkantolo ngangicele ngisafika phakathi lapha ukuthi ngicela ukufona ngicela ukugeza.
My lord,
Awase ngifundele ngalokho ngangimtshene ngena ukuthi ngisacela ukube ngifonise ngifonele umndeni wami ngoba lokho ngaboshwa June 16 ngiboshelwe icala leli engena ngale ngiphambi kwenkosi enkantolo azange ngifone futhi angigezi angaziwe ukuthi nguphi.
My lord, I made a request to contact my family just upon my arrival, immediately before even anything could be done, and I had never taken a bath as well since the 16th of June, and I was arrested for this matter which I am appearing before the court, and no one knows my whereabouts, and this was not read to me. I was not aware of such. However, the request, I made it at first hand when I arrived.
Nalokho ukuthi inkosi enkantolo ukuthi mina ngangimbuka emehlweni kuyaphikisana nakho abangangihlalela ngibhekele phansi esitulweni inkosi enkantolo.
And even the eye contact, my lord, as it states here, I dispute it because as I was seated down, I was facing down. I never made any eye contact.
And then it goes on at 9. I now ask the deponent to tell me in his own words how he came to be brought to my office to make this statement. Do you see that?
Bese ke lana ku number 9 kona kuthiwa uye wacela wena ngamazwi wakho ukuthi umtshele ukuthi kuzenjani ukuthi ulethwe ehhovisi lakhe uzoyenza istatement. Uyakubona lokho?
Yebo ngiyakubona ngiyakuzwa ngoba uyangitshela.
Yes, I see and I can hear as it has been read to me.
Okay.
Sorry. So you understand English?
Isingesi uyasizwisisa?
Cha Nkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord.
Yeah, because I hear you saying, I see, I hear as it is being read to me. And your counsel read that in English.
Ummeli
Just my
wakho
observation.
ummeli wakho uyifunde ngesingesi. Manje inkantolo ithi njengoba impendulo yakho ithi ngiyezwa ngiyabona njengoba ungifundela. Inkantolo ithi izwe lokho ingakho
That was
ibuza.
before it was interpreted.
Kungaphambi kokuthi mina ngitolike.
Yes, Mr. Musipidi?
As the court pleases, my lord. And then there's an answer to that. The first portion is redacted, and I'm trying to make head or tail of this handwriting here.
Bese ke kunempendulo ummeli uthi usafuna ukuthi ayifunde kahle njengoba iye yabalwa la.
Sure. This one I cannot see, to be honest. My lord, I can't clearly.
Hello.
The handwriting here is not legible. Perhaps
Let your
if
colleagues help you. They've been helping you.
I mean that my lord. My lord, can I ask my candidate attorney perhaps to come
No,
and assist?
fine. As long as you want to understand what is written down there. Even your learned colleague,
Your
Mr.
glasses.
Bande, you can assist because
Mr. Sibanda, can you assist?
it's a common document you two are having.
Below the redacted part of the whole section is redacted. Is it redacted? Okay. My lord, I've been informed that that part has been redacted because I see on our document certain parts were redacted, but now,
It has been redacted.
yes. So
Now, how can you miss anything that is redacted?
the document that I have before me is not redacted, my lord. So I'm informed by the state that that has been redacted.
Okay.
All right, thank you, my lord. I'm indebted. Perhaps then if we go to 10, paragraph 10.
Okay.
The following questions are now put to the deponent. Do you have any bruises or injuries of any kind? If so, please show them to me if it is possible for you to do so. Was this request asked of you?
Manje ke bathi le siyayeka siza la ku number 10. Imibuzo elandelelayo iye yabuzwa kuwena. Kunala uvuvuke khona noma impawu ezibonakalisayo ukuthi ulimele. Uma ingabe kunjalo ngibonise zona. Uma ingabe kuyakhonakala ukuthi ungibonise. Uye wabuzwa noma watshelwa lokho?
Cha Nkosi enkantolo akaze ngitshela ngoba ukube ngabuzwa ngangizombonisa.
No, my lord, I was not informed or asked of any type of injuries or bruises. If I was asked, I was going to be able to show the magistrate.
Now, the answer noted there is the following. The main answer is no. and then except old injuries and old injuries sustained whilst I was underground and when I was very young. Did you give that answer?
Impendulo ithe kubhalwe ukuthi wena uphendule wathi cha ngaphandle kokulimala kwakudala ngangisase emsebenzini ngaphansi emgodini futhi okunye ngalimala ngisasemncane kakhulu.
Kosenkantolo, angizange ngalimala emgodini.
My Lord, I have never been injured underground.
And the notation continues by the magistrate in brackets, no noticeable recent injuries, scar, healed, right forehead, allegedly sustained whilst he was very young.
Bese uyaqhubeka yena uMantshi uyabhala ukuthi akukho ukulimala obekade kubonakala ngaleso sikhathi futhi ubhale ukuthi la ekhanda esiphongo wena walimala ubukade usasemncane.
Did you give that answer?
Uye waphana ngaleyo mpendulo?
No, Kosenkantolo.
No, my Lord.
And then at 10C, it says, note the particulars of any visible injuries as the deponent is, if he agrees with that, has been recorded. And the injuries, she notes scar, right side, forehead, and below that scar, small above left brow. And then in brackets, she notes the magistrate, both healed.
Bese ke lana kusi ithi kubhalwe uma ingabe kunezimpawu ebezibonakalisa ukuthi umuntu ulimele umbuze lo muntu uma ingabe ungazibhala na. Umantshi uqhubeke wabhala ukuthi unempawu ebonisa ukuthi walimala esiphongo la ekhanda ngakwihlangothi lesandla sokudla futhi uthi kukhona futhi nala walimala ngaphansi kweso kusandla sesinxele uthi zombini lezo impawu noma lawo manxeba bese sewapholile.
And before you answer that, the comments in the comment section, the magistrate notes the following. Your answer is yes, both sustained as a small child when my grandmother tried to hit a chicken and the blow landed on my forehead. Did you give that notation?
Bese ke impendulo yakho njengoba uMantshi yena wayekade ekhulume ngalamanxeba amabini wena uthe yebo walimala usasemncane ngalesikhathi ugogo wakho ebekade ezama ukushaya inkukhu bese ke ugcine seyukuthi uyashayeka wena esipho.
Akulona iqiniso Nkosenkantolo.
That is incorrect, my Lord.
Now at 10D, and I read, did the police or any other person assault or threaten you to make this statement? Was this question posed to you?
Manje la ku10D kuthiwa amaphoyisa noma muntu thizeni uye wakushaya noma wakuthusela ukwenza lesi statement. Uye wabuza?
Sorry, continue.
Uye wabuzwa lo mbuzo?
Ukuba wangibuza Nkosenkantolo ngangizomtshela.
If I was asked, my Lord.
Ngoba ngase ngishawa amalanga amaningi kabi ngihlukunyezwe.
If I was asked, I was going to inform the magistrate because I have been assaulted a couple of days and also being abused.
And then the answer that is recorded by the magistrate is no, not at all. Did you give that answer?
Impendulo ebhalwe la uMantshi ithe cha neze. Uye wanikeza lana ngaleyo mpendulo?
Angivumelana Nkosenkantolo.
I dispute that answer, my Lord.
And 10E, did anyone influence you to make a statement? Was that asked of you?
Lana ku10E kuthiwa ukhona umuntu oye wakhuluma nawe mhlawumbe ukuthi wenze lesi statement?
akaze ngibuze Nkosi enkantolo umbuzo sir.
I was not asked such a question.
And the recorded answer there too is no. I decided on my own. Did you give that answer?
Impendulo yakho wena ithe cha, akunamuntu okhulume nami, yimina ongizithathele leso sinqumo.
Akulona iqiniso Nkosi enkantolo iphutha lelikhulu.
That is incorrect, my lord.
Paragraph 10F. Did anyone encourage you to make this statement? Was this question posed to you?
La uye wabuzwa umbuzo wokuthi ukhona umuntu oye wakukhuthaza ukuthi wenze lesi statement.
Akaze ngibuze umbuzo lo Nkosi enkantolo ngangizomtshela umbuzo.
I was not asked that question. I was going to inform the magistrate if I would have been asked.
And the recorded answer there too is no. Did you give
Impendulo?
that response?
Impendulo ithe cha. Wena uye waphendula njalo na? No,
Eqala nje.
it's my first time seeing it.
Paragraph 10G. Were any promises made to you to persuade you to make this statement? Was this question asked of you?
Lana ku 10G kuthiwa ke zikhona ithembiso ezayenzwa kuwe ukuthi zikuncede noma zikhulume nawe ukuthi wenze lesi statement.
Azange ngibuze Nkosi enkantolo umbuzo.
I was not asked such a question, my lord.
And the recorded answer there too is no. Did
Im-
you give this response?
Impendulo ithe cha. Wena uye waphana ngaleyo mpendulo na?
Cha Nkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord.
And whilst we are on this aspect, a version was put to Colonel Gininda that he made a promise of a financial gain to yourself. Do you remember that aspect that was
Manje.
put to Captain Gininda?
Sisase kuleli daba Brigadier Gininda yena uye watshelwa ukuthi kunemali thizeni wayekade ekuthembise yona. Usakhumbula lokho?
Yebo ngiyakhumbula Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, I do remember, my lord.
Please explain that to the court.
Ake uchazele inkantolo.
Nkosi enkantolo ukube umagistrate wangibuza lo mbuzo lo ngangizomtshela.
My lord, if the magistrate would have asked me this question, I was going to inform the magistrate.
Futhi Nkosi enkantolo ube ngavuma ukuthatha le mali ngaba ngikho la phambi kwakho.
And my lord, if I would have accepted that offer, I wouldn't have been standing in front of you.
Ngoba namanje ngambuza ukuthi kuswela ngo-June 16 ungibophela icala lika Senzo. Namhlanje zi22 ukhana uzokuthi angama zi21 zi22 date angisakhumbula Nkosi enkantolo kodwa kwakuyisonto.
And I had also informed him that since from the 16th, you have charged me with the case of Senzo
Yeah, but
to
let
date,
us
which
finish
was
it,
the
sorry.
21st or the 22nd. I do not recall the date, my lord, but it was on a Sunday.
Yeah, but I want you to explain to the court what the exact promise that was made to you by Colonel Gininda.
Uthi ummeli ufuna kahle kahle wena uchaze leyanto obekade uthe ubrigadier Gininda wayekade ekuthembise yona yini, uchazele inkantolo ukuthi wayekade ekuthembise ini.
Angithi Nkosi enkantolo ufike kimi ezongisabisa kahle kahle ezongitshena ukuthi ngimenza isithutha.
My lord, he came to me threatening me that I was making him a fool.
Usehambile wathola ukuthi mina ekhanda kangena dread futhi benginegolide.
And he had went around and made his research and found out that I had dreadlocks and a gold tooth.
Wasengitshena ukuthi indoda ngoba sengitholile yonke information yakho ngicela sisebenzisane.
And he said to me, now, as I have got that information about you, I would like us to work together.
Wasengibuza ukuthi imali angiyifuni ngamtshela ngathi mina imali angiyifuni ngiyasebenza Nkosi.
And he asked me if I do not want money. And I
what's the-
responded to him and said, I do not need money as I am employed.
Angibuza ukuthi enkampanini bengihola malini ngithi mina impendulo yayifuna wena.
And he asked me how much was I earning, and I said to him that was none of his business.
Bese ngibuza ukuthi angifuni 3 million ngithi ngiright khona ngisokola nomzalo wami ekhaya ngisharp.
He then asked me, don't I want 3 million, and I said, no, I am fine as I am struggling with my parent at home.
And is that the gist of what he spoke to you about?
Yona indaba le akhulume ngayo nawe.
Yona indaba lakhona ngoba wayethi ngimenza isithuthu sethuthi mina nginama-threat benginegolide lokhu ngimtshethe igolide akunala ngaze ngakhanda ama-threat ekhanda nkosi enkantolo.
That is correct. That is the gist of our conversation, as he had said that I had dreadlocks and a gold tooth, which I informed him that I have never had dreadlocks, neither have I had a gold tooth.
Ngoba ngeqiniso nje lemsulwa nkosi enkantolo ngihambile ngawo-check igolide abuyile ama-results phambi nkosi enkantolo kodwa akazange ngafaka igolide.
Because, my lord, I had also been taken to a dental surgeon to go check if I have had a gold tooth, and the results came negative.
Ukuthi ke yena wayitshela ubani ukuthi mina ngifake igolide angenama-threat namanje ngisayibuza
Mr.
ngisayiphendula.
Ntanzi, then
And-
let's perhaps come back to, because I wanted just to explore that aspect of a promise or some sort of financial inducement. Now let's go to 10H.
Uthi ke asibuye ubekade efuna nje ukwazi le ndaba yesithembiso lebekade bakwenzele sona esemali. Uthi sibuye size la ku 10H.
And it reads, do you expect to derive any benefits from making this statement? Was this question asked of you?
Uye wabuzwa na umbuzo wokuthi ikhona into ekuthi uyilindele ngemva kokuthi wenze lesi statement.
Akaze ngibuze nkosi enkantolo.
I was not asked that question.
And the recorded answer is no, not at all. Did you give this response to the magistrate?
Impendulo ebhalwe la ithe cha neze. Uye waphana ngaleyo mpendulo?
Cha nkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord.
And I think it's still part of paragraph 10H. It reads, deponent is now informed that he cannot expect any benefits whatsoever from making this statement. The importance of this aspect is now stressed to him, and he is asked whether he understands this. Was this admonishment given to you?
Uma kuqhubetshekwa ke kuthiwe wena uye watshelwa ukuthi ayikho into eyukuthi uzoyithola ngemva kokwenza lesi statement. Futhi into ebalekile ukuthi kuye kwagcizelelwa nokuthi wena wabuzwa nokuthi uyazwisisa na lento.
Was that asked of you?
Uye watshelwa nangalokho?
Cha nkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord.
And at paragraph 10I, it says, seeing that you don't expect any benefits from making this statement, do you still wish to continue to make the statement? Did the magistrate ask you this question?
Bese lana ku 10I ithi njengoba sesibona ukuthi ayikho into eyikuthi uzoyizuza ngemva kwale kwenza lesi statement, wena usafisa ukuqhubeka ngokwenza lesi statement na uye wakubuza umantshi lo mbuzo?
Cha nkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord.
And the noted answer there too is yes.
Impendulo
Give this answer.
impendulo yakho yaba uyebo. Wena uye waphana ngaleyo mpendulo na?
Cha nkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord.
And paragraph 10J, have you made a similar statement previously, and if so, when and to whom? Was this asked of you?
Bese lana ku paragraph 10J ithi usuke wayenza istatement esifana nalesi phambilini, uma ingabe yebo wasenza kubani? Uye wabuzwa lo mbuzo?
Akaze ngibuze nkosi enkantolo ngibuza.
No, my lord, I have never been asked such a question.
And the recorded answer there too is no. Did you give this answer?
Impendulo lana ithe cha. Uye waphana ngaleyo mpendulo na?
Cha nkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord.
Paragraph 11, you have now told me that you were not influenced, encouraged, assaulted, or threatened to make this statement, and that no premises were made to you in order to persuade you to do so. I wish to once again ask you to take me into your confidence and to tell me if, in your opinion, anything irregular has been said or done to influence you to make a statement. I undertake to ensure that your allegations are immediately and properly followed up and attended to. Was this admonished to you?
Uma iqhubeka ke uthi njengoba sewungitshelile ukuthi akunamuntu oye wakukhuthaza o futhi noma umuntu oye wakushaya noma umuntu oye wakuthusela ukwenza lesi statement, ayikho into ewuthenjiswe yona ukuthi wenze lesi statement futhi akunamuntu oye wakhuluma nawe ukuthi wenze njalo. Yena umanje uthi ufisa ukuthi wena umethembe futhi umtshele uma ingabe ukuya ngawe kunento engekho emthethweni eyenziwe ukukuphoqa ukwenza lesi statement. Uma ingabe ikhona into eyenziwe kuwena uzoyithatha leyo nto bese uyayilandelisisa ngemva kwalokho. Uye wakutshela into enjalo?
Cha kazanjani Nkosi enkantolo.
No my lord, that was not said to me.
And the noted answer there too is no, nothing of that sort. Did you give that response?
Impendulo yakho iye yathi cha, ayikho into enjalo. Uye waphana ngaleyo mpendulo?
Akaze ngiphane ngani Nkosi enkantolo.
I have never given such a response, my lord.
And then paragraph 12, do you understand everything that I've explained to you, or is there anything that I need to explain again? Was this asked of you?
Lana ku paragraph 12 kuthiwa ke uyayizwisisa yonke into engikuchazisele yona noma ikhona enye into odinga ukuthi ngikuchazisele yona futhi. Uye wabuzwa lo mbuzo?
Hayi angikhumbuli Nkosi ukuthi ngizange ngibuze nokubuza nje.
I do not recall being asked such a question, my lord.
And the response there too that is recorded is that I understand very well. Did you give this reply?
Impendulo yakho kuthiwa uthe ngiyazwisisa kahle kamhlophe. Uye waphana ngaleyo mpendulo?
Cha Nkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord.
And then paragraph 13, the deponent now makes a statement which is attached here to as Annexure A, and in brackets it says statement should be started on a new page, close brackets. The statement is reduced to in writing as he speaks and is written down in his own words. The statement consists of 6 pages marked 1 to 6, and then there's a bold and a notification. Each of these pages must be also signed by the magistrate, the deponent, and the interpreter. No questions are asked except such questions as are necessary to clarify aspects of the statement which are unclear. Such questions, if any, and the answers thereto are clearly indicated as such. The statement is made in Zulu language and interpreted into English by the interpreter. The statement is now read back to the deponent and translated by the interpreter. The deponent is now asked whether he confirms the contents of the statement are correct, and the answer is yes.
Manje ke lana ku 13 uma kufundwa kuthiwa lesi statement lesi siyayenzwa ke siyenzwa sifakwa njengobufakazi buka A. Lesi statement lesi futhi kuthiwa kwamele siqalwe kwi page entsha. Leso statement leso sizawubhalwa njengoba uzabe ukhuluma ngamazwi wakho. Lesi statement lesi sinama page awuzoba u6, futhi lawo ma page lawo abhalwe phezulu abhalwe 1 ukuya ku6. Wonke lama page lawo kuthiwa kwamele asayinwe umantshi, wena noToliki. Asikho isicelo esiye sayenzwa ngaphandle kokuthi lemibuzo leyo eyabuzwa kuye kwacelwa mhlawumbe incazelo ukuthi umuntu ayicacise leso statement uma ingabe sasingacacanga kahle. Leyo mibuzo leyo uma ingabe yayikhona impendulo ebekade iye kuye kwaphiwa impendulo uma ingabe kwakade kungacacanga. Lesi statement lesi kuthiwa siyenziwe ngesiZulu futhi satolikwa utoliki obekade ekhona esitolikela kwesingesi. Lesi statement futhi siye safundiwa ngemva kokuthi sesibhaliwe, safundelwa wena utoliki naye wakufundela ukuthi kuthiwani njengoba sekubhalwe phansi. Lesi statement lesi wena uye wabuzwa ukuthi lento ebhaliwe uyayivuma ukuthi kuyiqiniso na. Impendulo yakho kuthiwa wena uye wathi yebo.
Cha Nkosenkantolo, hayi ngiyaqala lana.
No, my lord, it's my first time hearing or seeing such.
Now, I think it's the penultimate page before the interpreter certificate, it says, the statement is now, that is page 8 of 9, the statement is now signed by the deponent by means of his signature. And there's what appears to be a signature there by the deponent. Is that your signature?
Bese ke lana kuthiwa istatement siyasayiniwa umuntu lo bekade ekhuluma wasisayina. Uthi ke ummeli isignature yakho lena.
Yewe signature yami Nkosenkantolo.
Yes, my lord, this is my signature.
And then it reads underneath that the statement is also signed by the interpreter. We can't authenticate that. And then it says, before me, additional magistrate Boxberg, magistrate's initials and surname. It's noted V. Cronje. The date stamp is the 24th of June 2020, and the time completed is 1720.
Bese ke kuyabhalwa ukuthi lana utoliki obekade sign ngeke sibuze ngoba akekho. Bese kuthiwa lesi statement sisayinwe phambi koMantshi kubonakala ingathi mhlawumbe signature kaMantshi. Bese ke uMantshi naye ubhale ama initials wakhe uV Cronje. Bese istamp esange 24 ka June 2020. Bese ke kuthiwa isikhathi naqeda ngaso wakade kuyimizuzu emashumi amabini ngemva kwehora lesihlanu ntambama.
Angeke ngiphikisane nesikhathi ngoba basho ngangena futhi ngangasibona nokusibona. Nalapha nje ngifika khona nesibona ngithi ngafika ni.
I will not dispute the time, my lord, as I did not have the watch and I did not see the time. Even when I arrived, I did not see what time did I arrive.
And then towards the footer of that page, there's a space for deponent, and there is the initials BS. Did you note or put those initials there, BS?
Masiyehla ke la ngithi siyabona la uMantshi bese la ithi deponent umuntu obekade ekhuluma kubhalwa. Manje ke ummeli ufuna ukwazi ukuthi la wena owabhala na lo BS lama initials.
Yebo Nkosenkantolo ngenzeka ukuthi
Yes, my lord, it is possible that it was me.
And once this document was completed, was it read back to you?
Manje ithe uma kuqedwa la uye wafundelwa lento ebekade ibhalwe la.
Nkosenkantolo angikhumbula ukuthi kwangifundela mina.
My lord, I do not remember that it was read back to me.
Ngoba ezinye izinto la khona izinto engaziboni mina. Njengalo ukuthi wayengitshela ukuthi wayengibuza ngishayiwe. Azange ngibuze yonke lo mbuzo lo.
Because my lord, there are some things which I do not see, such as when I was asked that I assaulted. I've never been asked such a question.
Ngoba nokusayina kwami la ngangitshela ukuthi iperforma le ukuthi ngikhala ukuthi ngifuna ukugeza yonke into ebhalwe lapha ya.
Because even me signing here, I was informed that this is a performer noma.
Angazi wathi yini kwabiza nje igama lakwathi lokho ukuthi ngifuna ukugeza ngangazi nje ngisane ukuthi ngifuna into zokugeza lokufona angazi sona.
When I signed there, I was informed that this is a performer that I had complained that I wanted to bath and also made a call. That's what I knew.
Ukuba wayengifundele yonke into ebhala ngangeke ngisayine inkosi enkantolo ngangiyisayina futhi naye esigangeni lapho ngisayine khona amanye amadokhumenti esigangeni.
If everything was read to me, I was not going to sign it. Perhaps I would have signed it maybe in that open field as I had signed all the other documents in the open field.
Njengestatimende sengisayinele esigangeni.
just like the statement which I signed in an open field.
We'll come to that just now.
Uthi sizofika lapho ummeli.
Yeah, we'll come to that just now. Now, as the magistrate was talking to you, completing this pro forma, the question and the answer session, as she wrote the answers, did she show you the answers that she was writing on this document?
Manje, umanje, njengoba wayekade ekhuluma nawe ekubuza imibuzo, ebhala yena, uye wakubonisa impendulo ebekade ezibhala.
Cha kazangibonise Nkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord, she did not show me the answers.
Now, once that document was completed, what then transpired?
Ngemva kokuthi kugcwaliswe le ncwadi lena kuye kwenzakalani?
Mayisiqede ukugcwalisela.
Yes.
Once the process was done with the magistrate, she's completed the document, you have now signed it, what then happened?
Ngemva kokuthi asekayigcwalisile le ncwadi le yonke bese wena wasayina kwenzakeleni?
Nkosi enkantolo wangitshela ukuthi lokho engikusayinayo akudibene nestatement.
My lord, she informed me that what I am signing, it's not pertaining to the statement.
Okay.
Ngabuza ke mina kuye
And I
Uthi-
asked her,
ukuthi statement isiphi leso sibhalo bani.
I asked her which statement is she referring to and who wrote that statement.
And was an explanation proffered to you?
Uye wakunika incazelo?
Akaze ngithole namanje.
No, to date I never received that explanation.
What then happened after that?
Ngemva kwalokho kwayenzakalani?
Mfana lokho ngisukumile Nkosi enkantolo.
I stood up
And then,
bese
Ngaphuma.
and I left the office.
who did you leave the office with?
Uhambe nobani uma uphuma?
Mangisoma nje kusuma nalendoda ebihleli phansi yavula umnyango yaqalaza amaphoyisa mawuphezulu amaphoyisa wabona phansi kade la babe khona babe la uJonathan angimazi lo munye igama lakhe nomhani wayekhona.
As I stood up, the gentleman also stood up from the chair and he started looking for the police officers. However, there was Jonathan and another police officer whom I cannot recall whose surname was. As the police officers, when you are upstairs, you would be able to see them from down.
Now, during this entire period from 1430 to 1720, whilst Mujiako was there in that room, did he say anything as this question and answer session was going on?
Sukela sonke lesiyasikhathi nize beniqala bufikela nize niyoqeda umji yakho njengoba wayekade ekhona laphayana ikhona into aye wayikhuluma
Ekhuluma naye.
speaking to me
Either to you or to the magistrate or to the interpreter, did he participate in that process?
ekhuluma nawe ekhuluma noToliki ekhuluma noManji ikhona indima aye wayidlala
Ayikho Nkosi enkantolo wayehlela ecofa ifoni lo muntu lo wayehlela lapho endoda wayecofa ifoni.
No, my lord, there is nothing that he said. The gentleman that had a phone was just seated and said nothing.
Then I'm reverting now to this question. You now stand up, take it from there.
Manje ke ake sibuyele emuva njengoba uye wathi uye wasukuma
Yeah.
sichazisele ke ukuthi wasukuma kwayenzakalani.
Usukumela ngithi yena wavula umnyango yena kuqala.
The gentleman stood up first and opened the door
Bangena ko Jonathan
and
nomhane nalo angalazi igama lakhe. But
Jon-
lapha enkantolo ke bangena uzo testify.
Jonathan and Mohane and this particular gentleman whom I do not remember his surname who also came
to testify here in court, they came in.
And then what happened?
Bese kwenzakalani?
hayi ngase ngiphuma ngase ngehlaka ngetebhisi
And that's when I left the office and went down using the stairs.
What happened next?
mangifika phansi kwafika kwavula imoto uMabhena ngoba uMabhena wayekhona laphansi apha emotweni
When I got to the car, Mabena opened the car
ngangena ke emotweni
and I went into the car.
And were you taken someplace else?
Wayiswaphi kwenye indawo futhi?
kukhona but before sambe bakhanda meeting eqale la phandle bonke bamala noMabhena so nobuthelezi bakhanda meeting yabo qala kwakhuphuka umkhani wayabuyela phezulu noMabhena lapha bengiphuma khona
Before we left, my lord, there was a certain caucus by the particular gentleman that I have just explained, and then Mohane went up to the same room which I had left.
And what transpired?
Kwenzakalani?
wabuya bangena emotweni sahamba ngangabona ukuthi khanjaphi lapha sasihamba khona
He came back, went into the car, and that's when we left, and I did not see where were we driving in.
ngoba lapha esafika imoto yama khona umgwaqo uyahamba ujika so ngathi isenkele so mayiziza so ijika so yena afika yamala
Because where we parked, my lord, the road goes and as if it makes a circle, and that's when the vehicle stopped.
Can you describe that area with some particularity?
Leyo ndawo ungayichaza mhlawumbe ngokuthi ibe kade inani bakwenzakalani uyichaze indawo yakhona.
leya ndawo inkosi enkantolo indawo enamafem indawo nje yamafem lapha
It's an industrial area.
And what transpired at that industrial area?
Kwenzakeleni lapho la kunamafem.
sithe ngakapheli ngenjalo 10 minutes awuphelanga mangifika lapha ngabona sekufika uGenenda nosisi lo hleli ngapha emveni kwami
In just less than
Mkhola.
in just less than 10 minutes, I saw the arrival of Gininda and the lady sitting behind me, Mohola.
What then happened after Gininda, Brigadier Gininda's and Sergeant Mohola's arrival?
Kwenzakeleni ke uma kufika uBrigadier Gininda no Sergeant Mohola.
uphumile emotweni weza ngapha engangengakhona emotweni lengangihamba ngayo mina
He came out of the vehicle and came towards the vehicle which I was in.
Okay, let me clarify this. It nearly escaped my mind. On the 24th of June 2020, from Moot SAPS to Boksburg Magistrates Court, in which car were you traveling?
Manje nge-24 zika June 2020 kusukela lapha epolice station yaseMoort kufikela eBoksburg wawukade uhanjiswa ngayiphi imoto.
mina nkosi enkantolo ngasho ukuthi ngangihamba ngale mhlobo ngangijwayele ukuhamba ngayo vele mangihanjisiwa elekhuzeni indlela zabe ngihambisa kuze ningi
My lord, I can say I was driven in a white vehicle because usually there is the motor vehicle that was transporting me to and fro.
Yes, mention
Different.
that vehicle. What is the make of that motor vehicle?
Nhlobo yini yemoto?
yona ifortune
The Fortuner.
Now, evidence led in this court via AVL records and the testimony of Mohani and Gininda is that on the 24th of June 2020, that motor vehicle was at the SAPS garage in Benoni.
Ubufakazi obuzela ngongodi loyana obekade ekhuluma nge-AVL naye uBrigadier Gininda naye uSergeant Mohani bathe imoto leyana nge-24 zika June yona yayikade isemaphoyiseni la kulungiswa khona imoto eBenoni.
nkosi enkantolo angeke ngiphendulele indaba ye-VR nkosi enkantolo ngoba mina angiyazi nokuthi ihambe hanjiswa kanjani enziwa kanjani
My lord, I would not respond on the AVL, and the witness just mentioned VAR, which I assume he wanted to say VAVL, because I do not know how is it operated.
Now, to be fair to you as well, Advocate Mr. Mgomezulu read the record of transcript for the evidence of Jonathan, and in his testimony, Jonathan says you were transported and placed in a Fortuner.
on the
Manje.
24th of June 2020.
Umnumzana uMngomezulu uye wafunda lezi zinto bezikade zikhulunywe uJonathan. uJonathan uthe nge-24 zika June 2020 wena uhanjiswe ngeToyota Fortune.
Angeke Nkosi enkantolo ngiphikisane noJonathan ngoba phela uJonathan yena waye right emzimbeni. Mina ingqondo yami ngase ngikhathele ukushawa Nkosi enkantolo. Hlala ucabanga.
My Lord, I would not dispute what Jonathan had said because he was fine in his body and I was tired of being assaulted, my Lord.
Now, let's go back to the industrial side that you talked about, that Brigadier Gininda, Sergeant Mohola arrive, and Gininda comes out of his motor vehicle, approaches the car that you are placed in. What happened next?
Manje ke asiye laphayana la uthi kunamafem khona.
Yebo.
Bese uma ufika bese uGininda uyaphuma uza kuwena kule moto lebukade ukuyo. Kwayenzakalani khe khona lapho?
Nkosi enkantolo uphumile weza kimi emontweni wangibuza ukuthi waye nqaba ukusayina istatement phambi kwa-magistrate.
My Lord, he came from his vehicle and came to me and asked me why did I refuse to sign a statement before the magistrate.
Ngathi mina enkantolo angeke ngisayine into engayazi nokuthi ibhalwa ubani.
And I said to him, I would not sign what I do not know and who the author was.
Ngoba leli gama lokuthi ngimenze isithutha bengalihlala ngalikhipha emlonyeni wakhe.
Because he continually mentioned that I am making him a fool.
And then what happened?
Wasentshena ukuthi uma kuthi angiwasayini ngizowasayina ke ngendlela le abazoyenza kimi.
And he then informed me that if I do not sign them, I will sign them as they will do to me.
What happened next?
Ngibe ngikhishwa ke emontweni ngibe ngima ngenyawo khona la bephinda ke engibuyisela izandla ngemuva umabhena.
Then I was taken out of the motor vehicle and my hands were uncuffed and then cuffed once more to the back as Mabena had done.
What happened next?
Bese ngifaka uplastic ke ekhanda futhi.
And then I was placed with a plastic in my head.
Who placed the plastic bag over your head at that stage initially?
Ubani ofake leyo plastic ekhanda ngaleso
Umabhena
sikhathi.
ufaka uplastic ekhanda lami ngoba ubuthelezi yena imoto yayimso uma ngenza so ngikhiyama ngemoto engibambe ngapha ubuthelezi nalona
Was behind me.
Was anything said to you?
babesho phela ukuthi
If I wish to say something, I would then shout or tap my feet.
And how long did this process continue?
Kuthathe isikhathi esingakanani lokho?
ngeke ngikwazi Nkosi enkantolo ngimeshina isikhathi ngoba isikhathi sekazi ngangingenalo iwashi Nkosi enkantolo.
I would not be able to mention the time as I did not have a watch.
Ngoba khona kwasake sama nje khona impela lapha.
However, we waited at that particular place.
And was it only Mabena that was doing the plastic tubing over your head, or did somebody else participate in that process?
KwakuwuMabena kuphela obekade efaka lelo plastic ukuchupa noma ukhona omunye.
Akwawumabhena phela uJonathan waye ngapha duzane naye.
It was only Mabena and Jonathan was standing on the side.
Ngaze ngabona ukuthi Nkosi enkantolo angisayini lento ayifuna ngelamo lele.
And that's when I realized that I should rather sign this document
Ngoba namanye Nkosi enkantolo ayikho into engiyenza ngokuthanda kwami.
because, my Lord, there is nothing that I did according to my will.
Ngoba kube ngayenza ngokuthanda kwami ngabe khona lokho lapho ubhale khona ngesizulu ngesandla sami. IsiZulu ngiyakwazi ukusibhala.
Because if there was something that I did voluntarily, I would have written in Zulu since I am able to write in Zulu.
And it was placed by Mr. Mngomezulu to certain witnesses that the document that you signed at that industrial site had blood spills on it. Can you comment on that?
Ummeli uMngomezulu uye wathi lamaphepha awasayine laphaya la kunamafem wayekade echithekelwe igazi. Ungathini ngalokho?
Angeke ngicommente ngaleyo Nkosi enkantolo ngoba vele igazi laphuma enkhafu lokho engidle endaweni eyodwa lalicotha liphuma lapha phakathi kwami.
I would not comment regarding that as the handcuffed had injured me and the blood was splitting
And
as I was
sorry.
signing. Sorry, apologies for that.
And did you actually see blood on any of the documents that you were made to sign
at that place?
Ulibonile igazi kulamaphepha la bebathe uwasayine kuleya ndawo.
khona lapho engangathi ngibamba khona so kwathiwa ngingabamba ngibamba ipeni kuphela mina ngingabambi la kwathiteka ngapha eceleni.
There is a point when I tried holding like this and the witness shows with his left hand and he was informed that he should not hold. However, there is a spillage of blood. There was a spillage of blood and he was told just to sign and hold a pen.
What transpired after you signed those documents?
Kwenzakeleni ngemva kokuthi usayine lawo maphepha?
Basuka futhi bathi ukukhuluma bodwa ngase-ke sengihamba sebengihambisa-ke e-police station khona la angazi kuphi i-police station khona.
They moved away from me and had a caucus, and then that's when we left and I was taken to a certain police station which I do not know which police station was it.
Now, let us quickly go to the events of the 26th and 27th and the 5th of March 2021. The 26th of October 2020, do you recall that date?
Asiye kwisenzakalo ese 26 zika October 2020 usakhumbula?
Evidence led in this court is that on the 26th of October 2020, you were charged for this matter, Phosphorus case 636 of 10/2014. Notice of rights were given to you. Warrants of arrest were served on you. Do you recall that?
Kuthiwa wena nge 26
October
nge
2020.
26 zika October wena uye wathwesa leli cala lase Phosphorus la lika 636 ekuthi baye bakufundela amalungelo wakho bakunika nephepha lawo amalungelo lawo bakucebisa futhi nokuthi uthweswa leli cala. Usakhumbula lokho?
Kosenkantolo angikukhumbula lokho mina ngitshajwe ngo-June 16 ngaleli cala leli ngiphambi kwalo la ngitshenewa futhi ukuthi ngumhale maye ngibopha ukuthi ungibophele icala likaSenzo akaze ngiboshiwe mina ngo-October ngecala likaSenzo ngiboshwe ngo-June 16 kosenkantolo.
My Lord, I do not remember that as I was charged on the 16th of June and I was arrested at that point. I have never been charged on the 26th of October. I was informed by Mukhale
Yeah.
that I have been charged for the matter of Senzo.
Yeah, ngoba ngalesi sikhathi evule emaseleni sajikela khona ngapha kunetafula khona ephethe amabhuku namaphepha nalento yokustemba wangitshela ukuthi indoda ake icala ngokuthwesa icala likaSenzo lemedia lasePhosphorus wabe ngicharge bathatha ama-fingerprint yonke into.
Because my Lord, even when he opened the cells, when we went, there was a desk and he had documents which he then placed them down and informed me that I am being charged for the murder of Senzo in Phosphorus.
Now, are you done, sir?
Uqedile?
Okunye nkosenkantolo ngamangasa ukuthi enganginiki iphepha elifana nalela nginike lona eRustenburg ngoba phela ungicharge eqale ngecase le yemurder wazonginika iphepha leli enhlamvu namanje iphepha leli elifana naleli anginalo leli cala.
And my Lord, what surprised me is that why was I not given a document that looked similar to that one which I was charged for possession of ammunition in Northwest? Because the document that looks like this one, I do not have for this particular matter.
And that document that you refer to, what is that, sir?
Yini le ncwadi okhuluma ngayo?
Ilapha angatshena khona le Rustenburg ngama-rights ngiqala ukuthola ama-rights ngaleli phepha lokuthi uma kuphela 48 hours kufanele ngikhulule mangayiwe katolo laleli cala kaze nginikwe.
This is a notice of rights which I was given that if within 48 hours I do not appear before a magistrate, then the matter would be removed from the roll. But for this matter,
manje
I do not
yangithusa le mase kuthiwa mina ngiboshwe ngo-October ngithusa kakhulu ukuthi kathi ngo-June 16 ngangiboshelwa lephi icala.
I am very much shocked, my Lord, that I was arrested in October. Now my question is, what was I being arrested for on the 16th of June?
Now let's go to the events of the 27th of October 2020. It is common cause and evidence has been led in this court that you and the co-accused appeared in the Boksburg Magistrates Court on that day. Do you recall that day?
Asiyeke kwindaba yange 27 zika October 2020 ukuthi nina navela ke nalabasolwa eBoksburg Magistrate Court. Usakhumbula lokho?
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo wafika kimi ekuseni wangitshela ukuthi ngiye court wangivusani lela wathi uye court.
Yes, my lord, he arrived to me in the morning and informed me that I was going to court.
And then who is the he that you are talking about?
Ubani lo othi wangivusa ekuseni? Ubani lo muntu okhuluma ngaye?
Usayitshela umhani Nkosi enkantolo.
Sergeant Mukhani.
And were you provided with any escort from the regular people that escorted you to and fro throughout the investigations?
Uye waba nalabantu la bekade behamba nemoto yenu behamba basemuva benu benilandelela.
Yayikhona escort mali kwangisibona ubuthelezi Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord, there was escort. However, it was not Buthelezi and his team.
Now, explain to the Honorable Court what transpired on the first appearance at the Boksburg Magistrates Court.
Ake uchazisele inkantolo ukuthi kwenzakeleni ke uma nivela ke okokuqala nibikelela umantshi nge-27 ka-October eBoksburg enkantolo.
Sihambile Nkosi enkantolo ngafika khona lapho engangazi khona la kwelanga lokuqala ngena khona lapho phakathi. Ngoba ngangingaboni ukuthi ngikuphi la.
We went to that place which I did not know, my lord, as it was my first time being in that particular place.
What then transpired inside court, the proceedings and all of that, what happened?
Kwenzakalani ke enkantolo uma sesenifika laphayana?
Sangena Nkosi enkantolo phakathi. Nganqaba mina ungena eboxini.
We went in court and I refused to go into the accused dock.
My lord, I see it's promptly 1 p.m. Can we perhaps take
Okay,
the
yeah.
long adjournment?
Okay, 2 o'clock.
Sizobuya ngehora lesibini ke.
a stage where you are now in the Boksburg Magistrates Court on the 27th of November, and you testified that you refused to enter the dock. Take it from there.
Besisakhuluma ngokuthi besisenkantolo eBoksburg nge-27 November la
Sorry, 27 October 2020.
nge-27 October 2020 la wena wanqaba ukungena eboxini. Qhubeka khona lapho.
yebo Nkosi enkantolo ngenqaba ungena eboxini.
Yes, my lord, I refused to go into the accused dock.
What was the reason thereof?
Bekuyini isizathu sokuthi unqabe?
Ukuqala Nkosi enkantolo ngangazi ukuthi eboxini ngiyokwenzani mina.
Firstly, I did not know the reason why was I supposed to go into the accused dock.
Okwesibili Nkosi enkantolo ngangithweswe icala ngoJune 16 azange aphile ndawo.
And since I was charged on the 16th of June 2020, I never appeared before any magistrate.
And what transpired then?
Kwenzakalani ke?
Asingenanga abangasangena sonke nabafuthi labangangenabo.
We, all of us, never went into the accused dock.
Now, regarding Mr. Mujiako, was he present on court on the 27th of October 2020?
Manje ke ngumnumzana uMjiyakho wayekade ekhona enkantolo nge-27 ka October 2020.
Yebo wayekhona.
Yes, he was present.
And who was he representing at the time?
Wayekade emele bani ekhulumela bani?
Mina Nkosi enkantolo.
He was representing me, my lord.
And how did Mujiako know that you are appearing on that date, the 27th of October 2020?
Wazenjani uMjiyakho ukuthi wawukade uzovela phambi kwamanje ngo-October 2020 nge-27?
Angazi Nkosi enkantolo ngoba e-police station akazange angivisit uMjiyakho.
I do not know, my lord, because at the police station, Mr. Mjiyakho never visited me.
And on the 24th of June 2020, at the magistrates' court in Boksburg, did he inform you that he will appear for you at court?
Manje nge-24 ka June 2020 enkantolo yakaMantshi eBoksburg uye wakutshela ukuthi uzokumela.
Nkosi enkantolo ayikho into engakhuluma nalo noMjiyakho Nkosi enkantolo.
My lord, there is nothing that I spoke with Mjiyakho.
Ukukhuluma naye mina naye lapha eminyango ngimbuza ukuthi uthunywe ubani ngoba eze lapha nyathi ke muthunywe usisi khona ukukhuluma kwami lo ngangimgcina futhi mangiqede ku magistrate ngiphuma kwakumgcina kwami lokho Nkosi enkantolo.
The only conversation I had with him was when I was asking him who sent him, and he said he was sent by my sister. That was the last conversation we had.
Now, on the 27th of October 2020, did you instruct Mr. Mujiako to come and represent you at the Boksburg Magistrates Court?
Manje nge-27 ka October 2020 uye wathi kuye eze ezokumela enkantolo.
Cha Nkosi enkantolo ngangaxhumana nje naNkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord, as I was not in contact with him.
And now he appears in front of the magistrates court. He confirms that he appears for you. Did you raise your concern about his representation of you with the presiding officer in that court?
Nakuke yena sekamile enkantolo ethi umele wena. Ikhona into ewuye wayiphawula wena njengoba sokumanje.
Angiphawulanga Nkosi enkantolo ngelanga lokuqala.
On the first appearance, I did not raise anything, my lord.
Sorry? Okay. Let me see that. Because I need to see the actual document. Let's proceed in the meantime. They are looking for an exhibit for me. But regarding the appearances in Boksburg Magistrates Court on the 27th of October 2020, the 27th of November 2020, and the 5th of March 2021, did you instruct Mr. Mujiako to represent you?
Manje nge-27 October 2020, 27 November 2020, 5 zika March 2021 uye wathi kumnumzana Mjiyakho akumele.
Cha Nkosi enkantolo ngisasingaxhumana Nkosi enkantolo nangingana phone ukumfonela singaxhumana indawo nje.
No, my lord, as we had no contact, there was no contact between the two of us.
Now, perhaps let's go to the appearance of the 27th of October 2020. You also appeared in court on that day, is that correct?
Asiyeke ngalelanga uze buvela enkantolo nge-27 zika October 2020. Wawukhona nawe enkantolo?
yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, I did make an appearance, my lord.
What happened during that appearance regarding Mujiako allegation that he represents you? Did you raise any concern with the court?
Kwenzakeleni ke njengoba umji yakho ebekade ethe uyakumela wena uye wakhuluma nawe waphakamisa isandla ukuthi wakhuluma into ethize?
Siqale ngokungena Nkosi enkantolo ecourt phakathi.
We went inside the courtroom,
Sase siphuma saya emaseleni.
then we went back to the cells,
Mayefika mangisuka emaseleni lesesikhathi esefika kimi.
and when we got to the cells, that's when he came to me.
And what was his conversation? Did you have a conversation with him then? In the cells?
Wakhuluma naye ke emaseleni.
Kwayilanga lokuqala lapho ngikhuluma naye emaseleni eza ke emaseleni khona le ecourt lapho sikhona.
That was now the first time that he came to speak to me at the cells in court.
And what was the nature of the conversation between you and Mr. Mujiako?
Inkulumo yenu yayikade injani?
Nkosi enkantolo mayefika kimi ubaba la umji yakho uthi uzokhuluma nami.
My lord, when he came to me, Mr. Mjiako said he wanted to speak to me.
Ngithi mina yebo ngakhuluma.
And I said, yes, you may proceed.
Athi kimi uzokhuluma nami ufuna ngazi ukwenza ini uzokhipha idocket yodwa eceleni and ufuna ngenze ideal ngimbuze ukuthi ideal yipi lento okhuluma ideal yani le.
And my lord, he said he wanted to speak to me. I do not know what is it that he was going to do. As he said,
My apologies, my lord. Is the defense going to call Mr. Mujiako?
I think they're going to.
Let's go, please.
If I may confer with my colleagues for 2 seconds. But, my lord, was there an objection, if I may understand from the state?
Yes, Mr. Sibande.
It is an objection, my lord, because I would love to now ask him the contents of the conversation he had with Mr. Mujiako, and then that will amount also to hearsay, because I will be directed now to ask Mr. Mujiako himself, who is not present before this court at this stage. And furthermore, my lord, I'm not sure whether this information that, or the contents of the conversation between Mr. Mujiako and Mr. Ntanzi, whether it is covered by the legal professional privilege or not, that is being asked now to be advised before this court.
Yes, Mr. Ramsey, please.
My lord, let me pack it. Before I sit down, I'll also confer with my colleagues on that point. Let's proceed. Let's leave that conversation out. We will revisit before I sit down. Then from there, what transpired, let's leave the aspect where he comes to you in the cells. In court, did you address the presiding officer about your instruction or non-instruction to Mr. Mujiako?
uthi ke ummeli siyeke le ankulume waba nayo no mnumzane Mjiako emaseleni. Uma sesenifika enkantolo, uye wakhuluma nenkantolo nano manje umazisa ngokuthi ummeli uMjiako kwenzakalani phakathi kwakho naye.
Nkosi enkantolo ngizamile ukuphakamisa isandla.
My lord, I tried raising my hand,
Ngaze ngenza isandla so mina.
and I also swerved my hands, and the witness showing with his hands, my lord, he did his hands like this.
Wenqaba magistrate ukuthi ngikhuluma.
And the magistrate refused me an opportunity to speak. Yes.
Like they did in,
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo ngangifuna
like they
ukubonisa
do in
ukuthi
football.
Njengoba kwenziwa ebholweni.
yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord.
And that was declined by the presiding officer for you to address the court. Is that
Loko
correct?
uMantshi akazange avume ukuthi wena ukhulume naye.
Yebo akazavuma ngoba ngangizama ukukhuluma ngeke ngoba naye kwakunomsindo ngizama ngithi ngiyazama engavumi.
Yes, my lord, the magistrate refused to listen to me as there was also noise and I kept on trying to speak to the magistrate.
And then let's move on to the appearance of the 5th of March 2021. Do you recall that appearance?
Asiqhubeke ke siye ku la beka kwi 5 zika March 2021 usakhumbula?
Yebo ngisakhumbula Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, I do recall that appearance.
What transpired on that date?
Kwenzakeleni ngalelo langa?
Nakhona Nkosi enkantolo ngisiphakamisile isandla enkantolo.
Even on that same day, my lord, I did raise my hand in court.
What happened when you raised that hand in court?
Kwayenzakalani ke mase sophakamisa isandla?
Wakhuluma ubaba lo wayekhuluma sengisikhohliwe isibongo sakhe le wayesimele ukuthi ngifuna ukucela ukukhuluma.
I just forgot the surname of the gentleman who was representing us, but he did mention that I needed to say something.
It has been placed on record and in testimony that the person that then represented you at the time was Mr. Nkwana.
Umnumzana Nkwane lo kukhulunywe ngaye ukuthi uyena ogcine sekakumele.
Yebo le baba wa stage.
Yes, my lord.
And after raising the hand and Nkwana speaking, what then transpired?
Ngemva kokuthi umnumzana Nkwana ke sekakhulumile kwenzakeleni?
Wabe esengitshena usisi lo wayetoleka ukuthi ngakhuluma.
And the interpreter, being a female, informed me that yes, I do now have an opportunity to address the court.
And were you given the opportunity? What did you say to the court?
Ithe mawunikwa lelo thuba lokuthi ungakhuluma uye wathini kumanje?
Ngeke ngasho Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi iqiniso kube iqiniso akusho ukuthi mina umji yakho akabhadalanga imali wayebhadele ubani uswela aqaleni.
My lord, I said let the truth be the truth, and I needed to know who paid umji yakho.
And what else
Ngathi
did you place
uyazi
on
ukuthi
record?
ubalekeleni la Rustenburg ngimxoshile ngatshena ekade ukuthi isiphi izathu ukuthi ngimxoshe.
And I also informed the court that he knows why did he run away. Even in Rustenburg, I had withdrew his instructions and he knew why.
And what was the reason that you terminated his mandate?
Bekuyini into eyenze ukuthi wena uthi angasakumeli?
Nkosi enkantolo ufike kimi ungitshela ngedili ngesikhathi semaseleni uthi angenze idili namaphoyisa kunemali ebekiwe u3 million ngambuza ukuthi ukuthatha block impendulo akaze ngiyithola.
My lord, he came to me and said, I must make a deal and there is an amount which has been set aside of 3 million. And I told him I do not know anything about that, as he said he had made a deal with the police officers.
Nami ngase ngimendlalela Nkosi enkantolo izinto angimtshela zokuthi lokhu ngabosho ngoJune 16 azange ngihambe enkantolo.
And I told him as well that since I was arrested on the 16th of June, I have never appeared before a magistrate.
Okwesibili ngutshela ukuthi tshena enkantolo ukuthi ngishaye ngasanesa amaphepha ngenkani engawazi awuyitshena enkantolo uzongitshela ngedili.
And secondly, I had told him that I had instructed him to inform the court that I was assaulted, and he never did, but he's now telling me about a deal.
Leso Nkosi enkantolo izathu esenza ukuthi ngimxoshwe ba mina anginayo idili nephoyisa.
And that is what made me to terminate his services, because I do not have any dealings with the police officers.
Now, you were appointed the legal aid attorney, Mr. Nkwana, and after that appearance, what transpired?
Wa thatha ke ummeli wo legal aid wabameli laba bangakhokhelwa umnumzana Nkwana kwayenzakalani ngemva kwalokho?
Emveni ngalokho Nkosi enkantolo ngathi mangiqeda ukukhuluma lokho basebengitshela ukuthi nanga ngokummeli ozokubona ozokumela lapha Nkosi enkantolo.
After having said that, my lord, I was then informed that here is an attorney that will be representing you in court.
Who informed you?
Utshelo bani?
Wayekhuluma yena ngitshela intolika. intolika le intolika ibuyisa ke ngelokhoza ngesiZulu.
He was speaking and it was interpreted to me in Zulu.
But who is he that was saying that you are now going to be represented by Mr. Nkwana, the one that his words were interpreted by the interpreter? Who is
Ubani
that?
lo muntu lo bekakhuluma ngesingesi ukuthi manje usozomelwa umnumzana uNkwana. Ubani lo muntu lo bekakhuluma lawo mazwi njengoba wayekade etolikelwa kwisizulu.
Okay. Now, at any stage from the 24th of June 2020 until the 5th, let me say until the end of December 2020, did you sign any power of attorney or any letter of instruction with Mr. Mujiako?
Manje wena uye wasayina incwadi ethize ebekade uthi umnumzana uMjiyakho akumele ngayo kusukela ngalesa sikhathi uzebe uboshwa kufikela ngo December 2020.
Kosenkantolo ayikho into engayisayinayo mina. Ngangizoyisayine kuphi ngangingamboni nangamehlo lawa. Ngiqala umbona nge-24 ku magistrate. Azange eze ke muzokhuluma nami.
I did not sign any document, my lord, as I had never seen him. I started seeing him on the 24th when he came in that appearance.
Okay. Now let's go to
Are you leaving that aspect hanging in the air? About Mr. Mkwani, what do you call him?
Nkwana.
Yeah, you are leaving it there. Fine, no problem. I just want to know.
Okay. Yeah, because subsequent to that, sir, did Mr. Nkwana appear for you in any appearance in the Boksburg Magistrates Court?
Manje ke ngemva kwalo umnumzana uNkwana uye wakumela na laphayana enkantolo yase Boksburg.
Yebo nkosenkantolo.
Yes, my lord.
And did you raise your complaints with Mr. Nkwana so that they can be placed on record regarding your treatment at the hands of the police officers?
Wamtshela ke umnumzana uNkwana ukuthi uneyikhalazo ngalendlela amaphoyisa wayekade ekuphethe ngayo.
Ngamtshela nkosenkantolo. Kodwa ngithe mangimamela record la yena obesebe ngathi ngishawa ejele eRustenburg. Ngangikhuluma ngamaphoyisa la ayengibophile ukuthi ngangitshela uMjiyakho ukuthi akatshene ekatolo ukuthi lamaphoyisa angishayela ngisanisa amaphephe engawazi.
Yes, my lord, I did inform him about my complaints that I was being assaulted in the presence of the police, and
Yes.
I listened to the record that it now sounded as if I was saying I was being assaulted in prison in Rustenburg.
Was it now
Whereas
Mr. Nkwana that we are talking about?
umnumzana uNkwane lo sikhuluma ngaye.
Yebo nkosenkantolo.
Yes, my lord.
And those complaints, were they raised on the 5th of March 2021?
Lezo ikhalazo zakhishwa ke nge-5 zika March ku 2021.
Yebo nkosenkantolo.
That is correct, my lord.
And what was the reaction? Did the court take any action? What happened?
Kuke kwayenzakalani inkantolo mhlawumbe umantshi uye wathatha inyathelo ezithize noma kwenzakeleni?
Ayikho into yenze ngangigcina khona utoleka sitshene ukuthi kuzothunyelwa abantu ukuthi ayikho into azange kufike umuntu.
Nothing happened,
Namhlanje.
my lord, as the interpreter just told us that there would be people that would be sent to us, but to date, no one came to us.
And then subsequent to the appearance on the 5th of March 2021 in Boksburg Court, was there another appearance that occurred in Boksburg Magistrates Court?
Manje ke ngemva kokuthi senivele kumantshi nge-5 zika March eBoksburg. Kukhona mhlawumbe elinye ilanga futhi niye navela ngalo khona laphayana eBoksburg.
Angisakhumbula nkosenkantolo ngathi asivela ngathi saya kuphi kwenye court.
I do not remember, my lord, but
Angisakhumbule kahle.
I don't think we did appear in Boksburg. I think we might have appeared in another court.
And after you, the statement from the magistrate was allegedly taken from you, were there any assaults that were perpetrated upon you?
Ngemva kokuthi kuye kwaba nalesi statement bosikade usitshele umantshi.
Yebo.
Kuye baye baqhubeka na ukukushaya amaphoyisa.
Cha qhubeka nkosenkantolo kwangabe kuphelile khona lapho.
No, there were no further assaults after that statement, my lord,
Ngoba ngase ngiyenzile lento babeyifuna.
because I had already done what they wanted me to do.
And were you at some stage then transferred to a prison? I'm not talking about a police station now.
Manje uye wathathwa wayisiwa ejele na, hayi ipolice station. Wathathwa wayisiwa ejele.
ngihlalile e-police station ejele ngiye nge-1 zikaMarch mangaphosisa Rustenburg ngiqala ungena ejele phakathi.
I remained at the police station, apologies, until the 1st of March when I went into prison.
And which prison is that in Rustenburg?
Eliphi lelo jele lase Rustenburg?
Prison Ramshana.
Ramushana prison.
Is there the questions that I'm leaving out? If I may check, your, my lord, if I may be given a few seconds to. Oh, sorry, I want to touch on this aspect. Now, evidence has been led in this court through OB entries from all police stations that you were held at, from Pretoria North, Moot, Villeria, and Primrose. And according to the entries, whenever you were booked in and out, the last notation on the entry will be no visible injuries observed. Have you heard that evidence?
Bufakazi buzile la enkantolo la ukuthi kuthiwe wonke ama police station la wena ufakwe khona eMoot, ePrimrose, eValeria, wena labe okade uyisiwa khona bekade kubhalwa kuma OB incwadi lezi zamaphoyisa ubhalwe ukuthi akukho zimpawu ezibonakalayo zokuthi ubekade elimele. Uzwile lobo bufakazi?
Ngibuzile Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, I had such evidence, my lord.
Now, whenever you were booked, did the person booking you, be it Mabena Mokhani, were they accompanied by a police officer in uniform, say for example at Pretoria North, who will make the notation on the book in your presence that you never had any visible injuries?
Manje ngalesikhathi ubukade ulethwa esiphoyiseni epolice station. Mhlawumbe ulethwa uMokhani noma uMabena noma ubani. Bebakade behamba na nelinye iphoyisa ebalithola lapho kuleyo police station. Ukuthi kuzobhalwa likhona lelo phoyisa ukuthi wena azikho impawu zokulimala.
Cha Nkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord.
And let's move. At a time, let's take the 18th of June, the 19th of June, the 24th of June. Did you have injuries on yourself when you were booked at all the respective police stations that I've mentioned?
Manje ke asithi sithathe i18 zika June, i19 zika June, ne21 zika June. Ngalesikhathi ufakwa kulama police station lawo. Wawukade ulimele.
Epitora ngangilimele.
In Pretoria I was injured.
Kube le ayideqede kuyibiza ngikhohle igama layo Primrose.
Is it Primrose? Yes.
In Primrose.
Yeah. Bese khona enye ngikhohlwa igama layo ngeke ngahlala futhi kuyiPretoria. Mangihlala ama police station ayi4 mina ngijikajikisiwa nje kuwo la.
And there is another police station which I had forgotten the name, as I had spent time in 4 police stations being taken from one police station to another, my lord.
Let me remind you of the police station, and by OB entries, evidence has been led in court here. It was Pretoria North, Moot, Villeria, and Primrose.
Ama police station, Pretoria North, Moot, Villeria, ne Primrose.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord.
Okay. Now, there's also evidence that was led through OB entries that cell visits were conducted on a regular basis, according to the gentleman that testified here the last time. I forgot his name, from Swanepoel from Silverton, that according to the instructions, hourly cell visits are conducted to inspect prisoners and cells and cell conditions. Do you recall any of such cell visits being done on the cell that you were held in at Pretoria North?
Likhona ke iphoyisa elifike la bekade ku Swanepoel. Yena uthe bebalibele beza behamba ama cell wonke ihora nehora ukuyohlola ukuthi amaseli anjani nabantu ababoshiwe banjani. Wena usakhumbula kuke kuvakashelwa iseli lakho?
Nkosi enkantolo azange ngavakashela leyo kubuza ukuthi unesikhalo ngiqala ukuyibona ejele Rustenburg mina.
My lord, there was no cell visit.
Njengoba nalapha
The only time where I was questioned if I had a complaint, I started seeing that in Rustenburg.
njengalapha ehosi mapulo ngoba bayenza bekubuza ukuthi unesikhalo mhlambe yagulana nani ngiqala lapha emajele police station akaze ngidibane nalento.
Even at Khosimambur, my lord, they do such. They come and ask if you have any complaint or you are sick. I've never seen such a treatment at the police stations.
Now, the 4 police stations that were held at Pretoria North, Moot, Villeria, Primrose, how many people were held in a cell with you?
Manje kula ma police station labo kade uvalelwe khona, eVilleria, ePrimrose, ePretoria North, eMoat, wawukade uvalelwe nabantu abangakhi eselini.
Angihlala nge-1 nkosi enkantolo.
I was in a single cell.
Before I sit down, I'm at the end of my evidence in chief. Besides what I've covered with you throughout this process, is there anything that perhaps may have escaped my mind that is not repetitive that you want to tell the Honorable Court?
Ngaphandle kwazo zonke lezinto umnumzana uRamsipili sekakukhulume ngazo, sekakubuze ngazo. Ikhona mhlawumbe enye into ukuthi mhlawumbe akakubuzanga ngayo ongathanda ukuthi uyitshele inkantolo ubone ukuthi mhlawumbe umnumzana Ramsipili uyikhohliwe noma idlulile enqondweni kuye.
Ayikho nkosi enkantolo.
Nothing further, my lord.
As the court pleases, my lord, that is my questions for the witness.
Mr. Sibanda, what's your time?
14:31, my lord.
14:31. You want us to start now or just cross-examination?
Not at this stage, my lord. I
By
just wanted
number-
to bring it under the
number
attention of my
3.
colleague. Yes,
4 and 5. Or should we postpone?
they can start, but I wanted something that Mr. Ramosipile packed regarding the issue of Mr. Mjiako before he can finalize his testimony. Because he said he's going to pack it and he wants to consult with his colleagues.
Oh, I see. So you say he wants to say something about Mr. Mjiako?
Yes, he said he wanted to make a decision regarding that part of the
Oh, okay, I
evidence.
see.
Yes, court, please.
I see the gentlemen are conferring. Let's postpone. Even this witness must be tired. Because you only have 1 hour
Yeah, that's correct. my
to
lord.
go.
Yes.
And that which you want to pack, which you packed is with Mr. Mjiako. You can unpack it on Monday.
As the court pleases, I'm indebted, my lord.
Okay. All right, let's adjourn. To be fair
Inkantolo
to the
ithi-
witness, he's had a grueling day.
Yes.
Iyabona ukuthi abameli bebasakhuluma kunodaba mhlawumbe olude ebabakade besalukhuluma. Ithi iyacabangela nawe nelisuku elide ulibele umela ufakaza manje icala lihlekiselwa ngomsombuluko.
Okay, Monday, 10 o'clock.
Rice if babathi rice